Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest edition of LM's Investopedia. In our previous programs, we have tried to cover the different kinds of niche areas, the different types of themes, and different concepts. Just giving you a basic explanation about how these concepts tend to work, and at the same time, also trying to understand which stocks are likely to be impacted, stock ideas are likely to be impacted by these concepts. In line with this, we have done very interesting topics, and we've received very interesting feedback, positive feedback with respect to these topics. Today's topic is on ethanol, blending of ethanol and related technologies, and what is going to be the impact of this on the economy, what is going to be the impact on the environment, and trying to touch the different aspects of this particular area, and all those interesting companies which are working in this field of ethanol, and how they stand to benefit, and how they stand to benefit the economy on account of these developments. Joining me today is senior management personnel Bhavin Shah. Bhavin, welcome to the show. And today he's going to brief us about the background for all these ethanol related developments and companies. Just to give you a basic idea, I think there's been a lot of buzz around ethanol. Initially, it was just like like a theme or a theoretical. It seemed very theoretical, but now, in all seriousness, I think most of the countries across the globe are adopting the blending of ethanol. In our country too, this has picked up pace, and it's really picked up momentum, and the government is very serious about the sustainability goals. So take you more in depth about this topic, I think Bhavin will give us some more insights on this particular sector. Bhavin, kindly take us ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nirav. Hello, everybody, and we're back. Though little delayed, but it's been taking some time with the volatile markets. A lot of action around in the markets as well, and think across something really interesting. What comes across our observations and radar. So we just thought to quickly share some insights on the ethanol space, how economically on the macro level and on the micro level, how things are shaping up at a very fast pace. And interestingly, it has come to our observation that if you go to see with the economies, I mean, to take a backdrop and give a slight example that when the fuel as an alternate fuel for the vehicles, when CNG was introduced, right? If we compare the CNG as an alternate fuel, for the momentum of the cars and vehicles here, and if we compare it with the current shift from the regular petrol and diesel, shifting towards the alternate, solutions, where we all are overnight listening and witnessing the EV car, right? Did you and me, any one of us, had ever assumed, or even in the wildest of our dream, that EV electric vehicles will be so fast on the road?
And adoption of that technology.
Adoption of the technology and execution and getting it on the streets, right? Today you are looking at from a 5 to 8 lakh rupee vehicle to a 2 crore plus vehicle, the complete widest range of the vehicles which have adopted this EV, and so fast it has been, we are witnessing it on the streets. This itself says that what is the kind of government's push or motive towards that, how urgent it is to kind of do the shift from the petrol, diesel and alternate fuels. Ethanol plays a very vital role, and which has been proving globally that how as an economy other economies have also adopted. What is our state in terms of dependency on the fuel? Today our highest import bill is because of the fuel. So our dependency goes down if we adopt these alternate fuel strategies or solutions for our day-to-day purpose. So what has happened that EV1 was the quickest option, and it has been quickly and very fast adopted by the corporates here, and introducing that technology, having the infrastructure in collaboration with all the power suppliers, that having it installed in whatever circumstances the best way possible in their given premises where the user wants to use it. Secondly, if we go to see that as ethanol becomes a second amazing alternate, because in the EV space again we are dependent to a certain extent for the lithium raw material, which again we are dependent on importing it from Chinese this thing, because they are the largest and majority manufacturer of lithium and supplier of that. So ethanol also emits water, and which is also giving a sustainability factor, the green factor which is there in the air across the economy. And the main thing is that if we adopt these alternate fuel technologies like ethanol or EV, our import bill comes down drastically. So I think that will play a very big role as an economy given the space. And I think with ethanol coming in, I think it will give boost to multiple sectors like sugar. Sugar is one of the largest beneficiary for that. And I think with this transition as economy also, it helps in our current account deficit recovering better of that. And also adopting technology and reducing our dependency. As we say with the Sarkar, current government, Atmanirbhar. So we are eventually heading towards that, and I think there is a lot of adoption by the corporates, within India, in adopting this technology and kind of getting it on the street. Not only kind of working on it, and which might take another 5-10 years of adoption and getting it on the street, but I think it's already there.
So it's just been implemented on the ground.
Yes.
Initially there was some kind of there was some reluctance or hesitancy, but now I think the adoption has really picked up pace.
Yes.
And the blending ratio is close to 12% at the moment. So being blending with petrol, the government wants to achieve a target of close to 20%. So it's an aggressive target which has been set by the government, and that blending ratio is set, that target is set till 2025.
Okay.
So I think exciting times, and as I think Bhavin rightly pointed out, that there has been multiple transitions. So first is the electric vehicle. So who would have thought that the adoption is going to be so quick? But I think we are seeing the adoption. We are seeing, interestingly, a lot of trends from a stock market perspective. We are seeing a lot of trends.
Yes.
One trend is that premiumization in the auto sector. That is one. Second is people want resource rich cars, feature rich cars, and I think hence the shift towards the SUVs. And as you rightly pointed out, that EV is the trend. But in EV, of course, lithium is the most important material for this, because we will have the lithium ion battery.
Yeah.
And we would be dependent on China, we would be dependent on Argentina, such countries for lithium. But I think that is also a risky proposition for us, because one, it drains our forex resources, and secondly, the uncertainty factor is also there. So Indian government has decided to go in for mining, opening up the mining sector for lithium. So that's why we saw some very good movement in stocks like GMDC, GNFC, GSFC, all these companies which are mining companies, Hindustan Copper, NMDC, all these companies are in the forefront as far as the lithium is concerned. This is one aspect. And then of course, coming to our concept, which is the ethanol blending. I think sugar companies, as you rightly pointed out, will be big beneficiaries out of this, because sugar is a byproduct. This ethanol is a byproduct for most of these sugar companies. Now, sugar companies are having the best of all the worlds. One is the domestic demand is very strong, export demand is very strong for sugar itself. Then we've got bagasse, we've got cogeneration. Most of the sugar companies have cogeneration units. Most of the sugar companies sell power, surplus power, which is generated by them. Most of them tend to have their own distilleries by which they make alcohol, etc. And of course, now to add to all this, it is ethanol, which they ready-made, they sell it off to the oil marketing companies. So I think it's a win-win situation for all the sugar companies, and prominent amongst which are of course Dhampur Sugar, or the likes of Ugar Sugar, or Sri Renuka Sugar. Incidentally, Sri Renuka Sugar has got the largest capacity for ethanol. So I think this would be a big beneficiary going forward. So watch out for sugar companies. They could be big beneficiaries out of this ethanol story. And a few companies who design ethanol plants, that is in the forefront we have is Praj Industries. And Praj Industries has got its order book virtually full. They have a lot of export inquiries. A lot of countries, as Bhavin rightly pointed out, have started adopting this technology. So there is an increased adoption of this technology across the globe. So the orders have been flowing in very, very fast. So I think companies like Triveni Engineering or Praj Industries, they stand to benefit in a very big way out of this ethanol story. Now, why this ethanol story is again more important is that we've seen now the tensions which are flared up in the Middle East. We've seen the crude oil prices cross $90 a barrel. So that is also putting pressure on a lot of emerging market economies. And just to quickly sum up, I think we've covered till now lithium, we've covered the ethanol, and the next step would be hydrogen, of course. And most of the companies are also looking to commercialize hydrogen at on a mass scale. So this will be, of course, another story, and a lot of companies are doing interesting work on hydrogen also. But I think we'll keep that topic for some other time, and I think we'll sum up basically. So we hope you like this session, and some of the companies which could be potential beneficiaries out of this ethanol story. And for the concluding remarks, I'll hand over to Bhavin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Hope you found this interesting, and I think we can keep our eyes on a lot of, like mentioned in these 2-3 sectors, and in our constant efforts from the research perspective, we keep digging into the opportunities. So I think we all can keep an eye on these sectors, and whatever best recommendation or any stock that we found interesting, after will be shared through our reports and communication modes. So I think guys, thank you, take care and stay tuned. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.